Trending in today's news, the European Commission is set to propose digital vaccine passports in a bid to boost the devastated travel industry. The document would provide proof of vaccination and would possibly allow quarantine protocols to be skipped when arriving in a new country. For more though, let's bring in Professor in Monash University's Centre for Global Business and co-author of the book Up in the Air, Greg Bamber.
Hello, Holly.
Hello, Greg. Thank you for your time. Now, firstly, can you tell us why is the EU introducing digital vaccine passports or the certificates?
It's a response to a push by the travel industry, including such airlines as Qantas, as well as by such countries as Greece and some other European Union members, to introduce this kind of passport to help revive the devastated travel and tourism industries. The European Union is calling them a green pass that will provide proof of inoculation, test results for those not yet jabbed, and information on the individual's recovery if they've previously had the disease.
Exactly. Well, I mean, it's a heavily debated topic. Some people are all for it and others against it. But I guess what impact will this have on the travel and aviation industry, and for that matter, the businesses across the globe, in order to get people moving again?
Well, the advocates of this vaccine passport say that this will help to revive the travel industry and indeed the wider economy, to boost travel around the EU and further afield, especially once the European sluggish immunisation drive gathers pace. The aim is to enable people to move safely around the world, either for work or tourism or visiting friends and relatives, and to have the confidence to book travel again, because people are very hesitant about doing so.
Exactly. Well, we know that they're seeming to go ahead, and many airlines have got them in trials, like Etihad and Emirates and Singapore, as well as Air New Zealand. They've already got them in the works. But I mean, what else could these vaccine passports be used for?
Well, if they start happening, they could potentially be requested for getting into a pub or a restaurant or a gym, or to large events, either for sport or the arts or for work or a range of other uses.
Exactly. What do you think, if we do see them go ahead in full force, when do you think that will happen?
Well, the travel industry wants it to happen as soon as possible, but realistically it probably couldn't happen soon in a fair way, since it may take another couple of years to get much of the world vaccinated. It's no good just having a few rich countries well vaccinated. This pandemic's not going to be defeated until it's defeated everywhere, and vaccinations are not yet available to everyone, and also there are new variants of COVID-19 emerging around the world.
Exactly. And I know there are so many pros, I guess, and advantages for having these vaccine passports, but what are some of the problems with introducing these kind of digital vaccine passports?
Well, there's a lot of skeptics arguing against this development, for example, on the grounds that it would be unfair to restrict people's rights to travel or get into other venues simply because they're still waiting for their turn to be jabbed in the arm. The plan is getting scrutinised also with many other concerns, including concerns about privacy, the chance that even people who have been inoculated can spread COVID, and also possible discrimination against those who've not yet had the opportunity to be vaccinated or cannot be immunised for medical reasons. And there are additional concerns. There's more concern about potential forgery and issues of equality. And if it's a digital passport only on your smartphone, not everyone has a smartphone or can use a smartphone. So those are some examples of the concerns. There are others as well, Holly.
Exactly. Such good points that you make there. And I mean, not everyone is for it, and that's just the way of the world. Not everyone's going to agree on it. But I mean, what predicament does it put, say, workers who are in the travel and aviation industry? What sort of predicament does it put them in then?
Well, employers can try to make a vaccination a condition of work, but there have to be significant concessions, because if that condition is enforceable, it depends on striking the right balance. An employer has to show a duty of care to others and has to respect an employee's reasons for refusal and has to consider the circumstances of the work that they do. So it's not a simple black and white issue.
No, definitely not. And that's, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. It's not just black and white, and there's going to be it's going to be feeling it out, I think, for a little while to come. I guess, what are the alternatives to vaccine passports if people don't want to go down that avenue? What other alternatives are there?
Well, to get people travelling again and into venues and so on, we should aim to get mask wearing accepted. We should continue with enhanced health and hygiene protocols, have rapid and frequent testing with effective track and trace machinery in place, as well as having the vaccinations widely administered around the world. And once that has been done, it may be that vaccine passports would not be necessary, and so it may not be necessary to devote a lot of attention and effort into getting this controversial scheme implemented.
Indeed, and I know definitely the travel and aviation sector, they are definitely wanting to push this ahead, I guess, to boost that travel industry once again. But thank you so much for your insight on this topic, Greg. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Holly. All the best, and stay safe, and don't forget to wash your hands.
Likewise. Thank you, Greg. Professor Greg Bamber there.